Sorry guys, they have taken the light, so I need to switch back. Please can you give me some minutes, please? I need to switch back. Yeah, so I'm very sorry guys. Um there is rain is about to fall over here seriously. Like it's even falling already. So I just have to ensure that I do not so the network did not affect, and likewise we are good to go. Yeah, so let me set up my monitor. And yeah, so last I'm very sorry yesterday. We were unable to have class yesterday due to um, due to an issue of network. Like, so we were unable to have class yesterday. I'm very sorry for that. So today we'll be covering around three things. We'll be covering around three things. The first thing is we are going to continue from where we stopped, talking about core architecture of Azure, the overview, and likewise we're also going to talk about technical blog. Yes, writing a technical blog. And likewise, we're also going to talk about um, the 100% Microsoft voucher I talked about from Azure, because the aim and goal of this is that everyone should be everyone should be certified as an Azure fundamental. That is the aim. Everyone should be certified as Azure fundamental. Don't forget. Likewise, I think those are the three things that we'll be covering. And then we have done all this. So let me scroll down to where we stop. We have done all this. Let me scroll down. So today, likewise, we are going to be having quiz based on the past thing that we have done. We'll be having a quiz, just a reminder to show what we have done. So we are starting with get started with Azure accounts, and that's exactly where we are commencing from, right? So we have done all these things. So if you can remember, we've talked about most of all those things, and then so let's start. So when we talk about getting started with Azure accounts, we are really talking about how individuals and organization, how they gain access to cloud services, right? Azure is a cloud service. So how organization and individual gain access to cloud services, and how can they divert, migrate, and bring on their data onto the cloud platform, right? So the first thing is that what? The journey start with creating an Azure account, creating an account on Microsoft Azure. In our next class, I'll be teaching you on how to create an account on Microsoft Azure, right? You can, so I'm going to talk about that. Likewise, the accounts serve as your identity in the cloud. So the accounts serve as your identity in the cloud. So it helps you to know, it is how Azure knows who you are. It helps you to know that, okay, Azure will know that this is who you are, this is the resources that you own, this is the services that you are allowed to do. And once your account is created, the next important concept is your subscription. So we're also going to talk about subscription, and then and likewise, and your cloud resources, and is you're also going to be, Azure is going to be defining how your billing is managed, right? Because every service that you create, whether it is storage, whether it is virtual machine, whether it's database, they exist under a subscription. Everything exists under a subscription, right? So Azure allow you to group resources. We are going to talk about resource group as well. So getting started with Azure account is about establishing a strong foundation, right? So without you creating an account with Azure, there is no how you will be able to create any activity. So it's just that it helps you define how resources are created, how teams can able to collaborate, and how security is enforced, and how costs are being controlled. So once all this foundation is properly set, then organization can confidently build all their necessary activities that they want to build on the cloud. So next thing we're also on getting started as well. So to create Azure account, you need two things. To create Azure account, you can easily create a free account. Likewise, you can create student account, any of the two, right? So if you want to create a free account, you don't need any credit card required to sign up. For free accounts, you have access to 12 months of free access to all those activities, some popular services. And likewise, Azure is going to give you a $200 credit that will be valid for 30 days. So likewise, it require you to verify your credit card, your phone number, your email. So all these things have been verified. Likewise, for Azure student account, you'll be given $100 credit that you are going to use for 12 months, and then you have access to popular Azure services on the cloud as well. For free student account does not require any credit card, right? It does not require any credit card. And what is advisable is that what, guys, anything you are doing on the cloud, you must always monitor and delete any resources that you are not using again. You must always ensure that at all times, any resources that you are not using again, you must always delete it. Every 30 days, can you create a new one? No. Now, if you create an Azure account with your name has been saved on Azure. If you are creating another one on Azure with your name again, you will be banned, right? So it's always the best to ensure. For example, now there's one of my students that opened Azure account. His bill currently is $96. His bill currently is $96. Why? Because most of the time, whenever he builds something on Azure, it does not always delete it. You need to ensure you monitor all resources that you are using on the cloud and delete unused resources, which is very, very much important. And likewise, you can also use pay as you go. Pay as you go means anything you are doing on the cloud, you are paying for it, right? So on the cloud, sometimes I'm always paying $30, sometimes I'm always paying $25 in a month. Sometimes I'm always paying $15. That's in a month. So anything you are doing on the cloud, you are definitely paying for it, right? So let's talk about Azure physical infrastructure, right? Let's talk about Azure physical infrastructure. I think my screen is showing perfectly, so let me extend it so that you guys will be able to see it perfectly more. Yeah, so when talking about Azure physical infrastructure, we are referring to the real, the physical foundation that powers the cloud, right? What are the physical foundation that powers the cloud? They are the data center, they are the server, they are the networking equipment, they are the global location where all this exists, right? Even though if you notice that we have physical infrastructure and we have cloud infrastructure. The cloud infrastructure are the cloud provider like AWS, Azure, and GCP. Now, I told you last week that most organizations require you to store your services on a physical infrastructure, depending on the government, on the company, on your country's governance, right? So, what are those things that will be involved in a physical infrastructure? We have the data center, we have the region, we have the availability zones, we have the region pair, we have the region pair, we have the geographics, we have the edge location. So all these things are what to be required in a physical location. Yeah, so physical location, they are the hardware and the facilities, right, where most of physical infrastructure of which Azure are making use of where they exist. We have the data center, we have the region, we have the availability zones, we have the region pair, we have the geography, and we have the edge location. So generally, we are going to talk more about this, right? So Microsoft, every um, um, okay, so even though cloud computing feels virtual, right? You'll be wondering that cloud computing, does it occur physically? Yes, it occur physically and it occur virtual. So everything that you are seeing that is running on the cloud, everything actually runs on actual hardware, hardware that is located in different part of the world, right? So your storage, there is a hardware where Microsoft is using to store all your files. There's a storage where Microsoft is using to store all necessary things that you want to use in the cloud. So what makes Azure powerful is how this infrastructure is distributed globally to ensure that what there's scalability, there's elasticity, there's reliability, there's disaster recovery. So Microsoft already built a global network of data centers all around the world, and all these data centers are organized into region. We are going to talk about region. For example, in United States, Microsoft Azure have multiple regions. They have we have ES, and we have East US, we have West US, we have South US, we have North US, right? So for example, now a company like Amazon, right, operating in North America, they can deploy their application closer to users in their region. They can deploy their application in East US, they can deploy their application in West US, right? And likewise in United States, in United Kingdom as well, Azure region allow businesses to keep data within their country, right? And then not all country Azure actually have data centers. For example, in Nigeria, I'm not sure there's data center in Nigeria. I'm not sure the data center in Nigeria. So Azure organize data center in what we are called availability zones. We are going to talk more about that one, right? So Azure physical infrastructure is just like a worldwide network which is highly secure, which has high performance digital cities, right? Of which each country or each region, they normally have their own data centers, and all data centers are connected together. All data centers are being connected together, right? So, but there are private data centers in Nigeria. Yes, yes. For example, MTN, you look at how is MTN network going effectively, right? So we have some physical data centers, and likewise some of all these banks, some of all these banks like Access Bank, Diamond Bank, they make use of hybrid, which is private and public. So they make use of because for my research I've done, Central Bank of Nigeria required Nigeria banks, financial institutions to store customers files, customer data on their private infrastructure, right? So which is going to cost them a lot, right? So that is for the physical infrastructure we have all that. Now let's talk about Azure region. So when we are talking of region, we are referring to specific geographic location, like a specific geographic location around the world where data centers are being deployed, right? We have been talking about geographic location where data centers are being deployed. So a region is not just a single building. A region is a collection of data centers located within a defined area, right? So first thing, ask yourself that I'm coming. So generally, let's talk about I'm sorry, I did not have data center. I don't talk about data center, but let's talk about data center. So data center, when we referring to data center referring to physical facilities, that power the entire cloud, a physical infrastructure, a building where everything included in the cloud is being stored, is being placed. The data center power the entire cloud, right? Data center are highly secure building that they are filled with servers, they are filled with storage, they are filled with networking equipment that can store and run application. Now, even though I said earlier that cloud services, they are invisible. Everything you do in the cloud, everything you do in the cloud, every file you store, every app you run, they are processed inside the data center. And what makes data center special is the way data center are being distributed around the world. In United States, Azure data center are spread across multiple states, right? So likewise in United States, so all these data center allow services to run close to users, so that users will be able to make use of it, right? So data centers are built with advanced features. So in a data center, there will be networking, there will be cooling, there will be storage, there will be servers. So everything will be in a data center, right? So they in a data center, there will be power system, cooling technologies, there will be multiple layers of physical and digital security. Everything will be involved. So likewise, data centers, they are connected through something we call high speed network. Please, all this network, MTN, in Nigeria we have MTN, other abroad I don't know, in Nigeria we have MTN, Glo, they also have data center where a high speed network exists, right? So it's going to allow data to move securely and efficiently between regions. So one thing you should notice that data center are the backbone of the cloud. Data center are the backbone of the what cloud, of the cloud. So they ensure that data centers ensure that application runs smoothly, your data is stored securely, and services are always available. So we have data centers all over the world. We have data center all over the world. So now a data center is now grouped into different regions. So, and that's what we said, that's what we have in region. Region in Microsoft Azure are geographic area around the world that involve one or more data center. Now, let me show you something. Let me show something over here. Okay, there is nothing to show about data center here. Okay. So generally, one talking, I'm coming. Let me see. Maybe I can show. So as I've said earlier, data center exists all over the world. We have different data centers in different locations. Now you can go on YouTube and watch videos of data centers. Now don't forget I said a region, right? Region is specific geographic location around the world where data centers are deployed. So data centers are being grouped into different regions. A region is not a building. A region is a collection of data centers. Now, for example, now United States are going to have data center, right? Let's assume in a state there will be different data centers, but in that state, data centers will be grouped into different regions, right? So a region is a collection of data centers located within a defined area that helps to deliver cloud services closer to you than in that location. So in United States now, we might have multiple regions like East US, West US, Central US. Likewise, in United States, in United Kingdom, we can have UK South, UK West. Likewise, we have data. So in all over the world, we have data centers. Only in some places where data center does not exist. data centers exist in United States. So the way data center exists in United States, all the data centers are now being grouped into different regions. Different regions have their own data center. We have region in East US. We have data centers in West US. We have data centers in Central US. So this means that what application are serving users across America, right? So people can deploy their application in different parts of America to reduce delay and likewise to improve performance. So likewise in United Kingdom we have different data centers, or which comprises of region. We have one data center all over United Kingdom, but they are being comprises of region. So we have UK South, we have UK West. So we now assume that organization operating in United Kingdom, they can keep their data within that country. We also have South Africa. We have data center in South Africa. We have South Africa North and we have South African West. Right. So each region is independent. For example, region data center in a region is independent of another data center in another region, but they are being connected together. Each region is independent, but also they are connected. So organization can choose one region to run their application, or organization can choose multiple regions to run their application in order to improve availability and to ensure that to ensure global audience. So Azure region are like strategically placed hub around the world. They bring cloud services closer to users. So a region is a geographical area around the world that contain one or more data centers. Right. So a region is a geographical area around the world that contain one or more data centers. So that is region. So don't forget we have different regions in different locations. We have data centers all in each country, and that data center are being grouped into different regions. About availability zones, right? So don't mind my network. I don't know what happened to my network. It might be due to the rain. Now, talking of availability zone. Availability zone are made up of one or more data centers within a region. Don't forget, I said earlier that let me give an example. Now, in United States, don't forget that we have different states in United States, right? Now, so let me stop sharing my screen and show an example from this slide, from this part. So let me explain more when talking of availability zones, data center, and most of these. Now, if you look at this, guys, if you look at this, right? So, if you look at this is availability zone in Azure region. And what is the region? We have in United States, we have the data center, right? So, in United States, we have different regions. We have different data centers in United States. But I said data centers are grouped into different regions. Now, in a region is now grouped into different availability zones. A region is now grouped into different availability zones. Now, for this region now, this is a region in the United States, which is called East US. Now, in East US region, we can have different availability zones. One availability zone is a data center. Another availability zone is another data center. Another availability zone is another data center. They are quite different from themselves, but they are connected. Are being connected because these have independent power, cooling and networking. They all have the same thing, so they are connected to each other. Right. So the reason why there is availability zone is what? The reason why we have different availability zone in different region is to ensure that what? Whenever there is a failover in one availability zone, another availability zone will automatically pick up. We are still going to talk about redundancy in our next class. We are going to talk about redundancy under storage. Now, under this, we are under a region. We have different availability zones in a region. We have different availability zones in a region. So a availability zone comprises of one data of one. Okay, let me zoom out. So I think you can see it now. I think you can see it now. So in United States, we have data centers all over the world, all over the United States. So in United States, we have different regions. We have East US, we have South US, we have North US, we have Central US. Now those are the region. Region are now being grouped into availability zones. Each availability zones comprises of each data centers. So for availability zone, for each of the availability zone, I said they have the same services. They are separate, but they are being connected together. Right. So why are there different availability zones in a region? Now, in a region, if one availability zone fail or there is power outage in one availability zone, immediately another availability zone can immediately pick up. Right. Another availability zone can immediately pick up. Now, if availability zone 1 and availability zone 2 does not work, right, immediately another availability zone in that same region is going to pick up immediately. Right. So that's what we have here. Each zone is an isolation boundary. So each zone have can you see that what? Can you see all these dots? All these dots, can you see that it says they are being connected to each other, but there is boundary. So availability zone 1 is quite different from availability zone 2. Availability zone 2 is quite different from availability zone 3, but they are connected to each other. So he said if one zone fails, the other continue operating. So if I store my files, if I store my file in Azure region in East US, I will have to decide, do I want to store my file in each of these 3 availability zones? Now, if I store my file in zone 1 alone, and then there is a failover in zone 1, I won't be able to retrieve my data again. We are still going to talk about that. We call it redundancy in Azure. We call it redundancy. In Azure, let me share my screen back. So generally, availability zone is made up of one or more data center within a region. Availability zone is made up of one or more data center within a region. Right. But I said earlier, what makes it special is that what? A zone, one availability zone is separate from the others. They can have independent power, cooling, and networking, but they are separate and they can be connected to each other. So that means if one zone fails completely, the other in the same region continue to operate together. Let me give an example, guys. So I'm using UK as an example, United States. So let's assume that in United States, we have region like East US and West US, right? Under East US, we can have 2 or more availability zone. Under West US as well, we can also have 2 or more availability zone. So, and then in one single region, we can have zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3, all located from each other, all different from each other. So application can be distributed across all these zones to ensure continuous operation. Right. So availability zone protects against failures within a region. Right. So while region brings service closer to user geographically, availability zone ensure that what? Even inside that region, system remain operational when something goes wrong. Right. So whenever something goes wrong in your availability zone, another availability zone will pick up immediately. Only if your entire region, for example now, if the entire region like East US is not working, definitely your availability zone is not going to work automatically. So and that was here, availability zone is a physically separate location within a region, each with independent power, cooling, and network. If one zone fails, now if you see the picture over here, can you see that they are being separate. Can you see the image provided over here? You see that all these zones are quite they are in one location. That location is called region. Now, the building are quite different. Now, one building is called zone. Now we have, let's assume that we have 4 buildings here. Now all the services inside that building are the same thing, and they are being connected to each other, right? So that is what we call availability zones. Next one we also have next one we have region pairs. We have region pairs. And what is region pair? Now, region pair in Microsoft Azure, don't forget that region pair, region means, I already talked about region earlier, not quite long, right? So I said a region is a building, is a collection of a data centers located within a defined area. It's a collection of your data centers, right? So we are all over the world. We have different regions. Now, when we talk about region pair in Azure, we are referring to how Microsoft strategically links two regions within the same geography. And there's a specific reason why we are linking two regions, in order to support disaster recovery and data replication, right? So a region pair consists of two Azure regions located in the same country. Now, region pair cannot exist in two different countries. Region pair can only exist in the same country. Now, region pair are two geographically separate Azure regions that are linked together within the same geography, right? For example, now let's assume that our company have a sensitive data, or a sensitive file that we want to store. Yes, I'm going to talk about the voucher. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about the voucher now. So let's assume that our company, it exists in the United States, right? And we want to ensure that all our files are being stored effectively. All our files are being stored. All our files, our data documents, we want to store them on the cloud in order to ensure easy retrieval, right? So I want to ensure that whenever there is a failover in one region, whenever a region automatically fails, we'll be able to retrieve our files at all times. What am I going to do? I'm going to do something called region pair, Azure region pair, or Azure pair region. So it means that I'm going to connect my data, my files in East US and West US. Or I will use East US, I will use West US 1 and West US 2. Right. Now, all these regions, they are far from each other. All these regions, they are far from each other. But we are doing this because of failover that can occur. We are doing this because of failover that can occur. Now, region pair protects against large scale regional failure. It protects against large scale regional failure. Now, what are the advantages of region pair? We have high availability, of which whenever there is automatic failover during maybe a major power outages, another region where our file is being located, we can easily retrieve that. Now, let me show you another example, Microsoft Learn Portal. Now, this is what we call region pair guide. So this is what we call region pair. Now, if you look at it, this is an example of region pair. Now, we have two regions in the same geography, two regions in the same geography paired for disaster recovery. Now, don't forget that the geography is United States. And what are the region? The region are the East US and the West US. Now, don't forget that if you see that 300 plus miles apart, that means this East US is quite far away from West US. this East US is quite far away from West US. So in order to ensure that what, in order to ensure that what, in order to prioritize restoration, that whenever there is a failover, whenever there is a failover, we, because we have already replicated our data from East US to West US, it will help us to restore our file immediately. It will always help us to restore our file immediately. Now, can you see, this is exactly where you choose. This is exactly where we actually choose East US. And then under a region, region is grouped into availability zone. We have 3 availability zone, and this is the active, this is our primary data storage that we actually use. We use East US, right? But because there is a failover, in East US, now West US will be on standby. Guys, West US will be on standby whenever there is a failover. Immediately West US is going to be on standby whenever there is a failover. West US will be ready to take over whenever there is standby, whenever there is a failover. West US is ready to ensure that what, is going to replicate all the workload and all the data. It's going to replicate it the exact way you have stored your file in East US. That is that's what we call region. It's just like you want to ensure that what, you want to ensure that you are being safe. You want to ensure that what, you are safe, you your files, you are being able to restore your files. So advantage of region, we have high availability, we have staggered maintenance, right? We have, because there are some updates in some region, right? Updates apply to one region at a time. Now whenever there is an update at East US, you cannot wait and you need that files immediately. Definitely you will go to your secondary region. You can easily retrieve that file from your secondary region, right? So we also have data residency, right? Both regions stay within the same region. For example, now you cannot use East US and use South UK. No, region pair only exists within the same location. Region pair only exists within the same location. And likewise, region pair helps to prioritize recovery, because Azure restore one region in each pair first. So whenever there is a failover in one region, immediately it's going to replicate. You have already replicated that data in another region, so you'll be able to pick up that data from another region. And likewise, we have efficient replication, which is backup, which I've talked about not quite long. So region pair means you are linking your files, your storage, your data, your documents in different regions within the same geographical area, right? In order to provide redundancy, to provide high availability, to fault tolerance and disaster recovery. So that's what we call region pair. So I think you guys understand that. And likewise, the next thing is Azure resources. The next thing is Azure resources. Now, what is Azure resources? Now, when we talk about Azure resources, we talk about, I don't know why my network is now. So when we are talking about Azure resources, we are talking about the individual services and the components that you can do and you can use within Azure. These are what? The Azure resources. We have different resources. I talked about it last week. We have different resources, right? We have compute, we have virtual, we have compute, we have storage, we have networking, we have database, we have artificial intelligence. We have more than 200 Azure resources that exist on the cloud. We have more than 200 Azure resources that exist on the cloud. So Azure resources are the building blocks of the cloud, actually, because without all these resources, users cannot come onto the cloud. Everything you deploy, everything you manage, and everything you interact with in Azure is called a resources, right? Everything is called a. So we have different resources on the cloud. Now let's assume that what your application require a structured data, right? Like maybe you have an unstructured data and you require a structured data. So you are going to use something we call Azure SQL database, right? You like maybe your user account, your transaction, or your record. You might use a database service called Azure SQL database on the cloud. So Azure SQL database is also it's also a database like an Azure resources, right? A resources providing managed database capability, right? So likewise, if you are building a mobile or web application that you want to use globally, you are going to need different services. You are going to need compute, you are going to need network, you are going to need storage, you are going to need load balancer and load balance. So all these Azure resources, it helps you to ensure that you do everything that you want to do. Likewise, you are going to need security as well. Security is handled through resources, right? For example, we have key management service, we have encryption, we have network security group, we have IP address, we have subnet. So all these things are your security that you use to block services. So Azure resources are the tools that we use to build solutions on the cloud. So every resources has a specific purpose. Every resources has its own specific purpose, and they work together to form complete application. All these services, they work together to form a complete application. So that is Azure resources. So likewise, we also have resource group, right? So whenever you are doing anything on the cloud, whenever you are doing anything on the cloud, whenever you are doing anything on the cloud, um, there's a way you can organize and manage all your resources together in a single unit. There's a way you can manage, organize, and then and gather together all your resources in a single unit. Now, what's a resource group? A resource group is a container, right? A resource group is a container that holds all the components of a solution, that hold all the components of the resources of Azure resources. Now, so for example, now let's assume that what you are building a web application, right? You might need a virtual machine that will host your application. You might need a database that will store data. You will need a storage account that will hold image. You will need a load balancer that will distribute traffic. Now, all of these resources, they will be placed inside one resource group. All of these resources, they will be inside one resource group. Now, this way, in that resource group, you'll be able to manage everything inside that resource group. That way, you'll be able to manage everything inside that resource group. Not that you want to build a web application, you have your subscription separate, you have your load balancer separate, you have your security separate, you have your database separate. No. So all your resource group, you need to create a resource group first, so that all anything you are doing under your web application are being created inside one resource group. Resource group is actually very, very vital. So resource group are logical container that we use and that use to organize and manage related Azure resources for us, like the virtual machine, the storage account, the database, and the likes. Right. So likewise, whenever for example, like a mobile app backend, we need API service, a database, authentication service, monitoring tools. All these things going to need them. So instead of scattering them across different places on Microsoft Azure, you group them into one resources, so that all the entire backend system can be easy to update. Right. So um are about organization and life cycle management, which is very, very important. So your resource group help us to organize it, and whenever you are done, guys, whenever you are done with anything on the cloud, whenever you are done with anything on the cloud, you can easily clean up and delete everything in that resource group, instead of you just going to the cloud to find what are those things that you have done. Have you done this? Do I do this? Do I do this? No, you can just directly go onto the cloud, go directly onto your resource group and delete entirely on the resource group, right? So that is Azure, right? I'm coming. I'm fasting, so Coming, guys. Now, so guys, the next thing after resource group. So I already talked about resource group. The next thing after resource group is your Azure subscription. Next thing after resource group is Azure subscription. Now, so when we talk about Azure subscription, we are referring to the logical boundary that control all resources that are created, all resources that are managed, and that are built on Azure. So a subscription is not just about payment. A subscription is not just about payment. A subscription defines ownership. A subscription defines access control. A subscription talks about how your cloud services are organized at a higher level. For example, now you should always limit anything you are doing. For example, what a free account can do on Microsoft Azure will be quite different from what a pay as you go is going to do on the cloud. It's going to be different. Now, subscription is not just about payment. Subscription is it defines ownership, access control, and how cloud services are organized at higher level. So every resources you create in Azure must belong to a subscription. Every resources you create on Azure must belong to a subscription. Right. So let's assume you want to build a web application, you must have a subscription. You must have a subscription. Now, your subscription can either be a free account, a free student account, or a pay as you go. Those are the three types of subscription that we have: a free account, a free student account, or your pay as you go. So anybody can actually use a free account. Can actually use a free account. For example, now there was a time of which I actually used my mom's details to open Microsoft Azure. Right. So I used my mom details to open Microsoft Azure. So you can actually use different people's account to open Microsoft Azure. So subscription is actually very, very needed, and you need to be very, very much careful whenever you are opening a Microsoft Azure account, because they bill you for anything you are doing on the cloud. They bill you for anything you are doing in the cloud. You are being billed for anything you are doing in the cloud. So it's very, very vital to know what are those important things that you need to you need to know. Right. Yeah. So thank you guys for that. I think we are done with the slide. We are done with everything. So we already talked about Azure subscription. Don't forget, we have free subscription, we have pay as you go, and we also have enterprise agreement. So enterprise agreements are for an organization generally. They tell you that okay, this is the thing that we want to be doing. This is the thing that we want to be doing. Right. So we all talk about subscription, resource group, resource. We talk about region pair. We talk about availability zone. We talk about region, the physical infrastructure, free accounts for students and for you, and getting started with Microsoft Azure. So that is that. Thank you. Yeah. So guys, so let me emphasize on the 100% Microsoft voucher. Don't forget, I said earlier that um, if you check the group, we have the number of participants that register for this program. They are over like 400 and something. And at CodeSphere Hub, we do not have that number of vouchers. We have limited vouchers. So what we are always doing is that we are always sending a plea. We're only pleading to Microsoft to always ensure that what they bring out different programs where participants can actually get um, a free voucher. Yeah, so I'm going to send it. I'm going to send the slide after this class. Right. So now there is a voucher currently going on. Right. So after today, please ensure you watch out. So immediately the community manager or the head of the community group, that's Zainab Oladimeji, immediately she send Immediately she send the recording of the video walkthrough of how you can register for that voucher. Ensure you watch the video. For example, now I already registered with 10 different accounts, right? Because I have some exams that I want to do. I have DevOps I want to do. I still have AI fundamental I want to do. I have SQL AI database I want to do. All this new exam that I want to do. So you should you also open 10 different accounts. The registration is going to be June 8th. And then the is a challenge. The challenge, but the challenge is very, very easy. The challenge is very, very easy. So I'm going to explain it in a video. So the recording of that video will be sent on the group. We are going to send it on the group. So whenever we send it on the group, please ensure that you watch that video. I'm saying it earlier, CodeSphere Hub, we are not going to be liable for anyone negligence who does not receive any Microsoft voucher. We won't be liable for anyone's negligence, right? And if you do not receive any Microsoft voucher, you are on your own, right? Now you do yourself. You are on your own. So please, whenever it is out, please ensure you watch that recording video. It's likely going to be out tomorrow morning, so I will do it overnight. I will explain the video walkthrough of on how you are going to register for that Microsoft voucher. It's very easy, right? I can remember last year this challenge came out last year. I used that challenge to I used it to I collected 5 voucher. I wrote DevOps. I failed my DevOps 3 times. I passed my Power BI. I passed my solution architect. I think I also passed my Azure administrator. So I think I collected over like 7 vouchers. So it was there I was able to collect my voucher. Yes, for I'm going to teach you. Don't worry, I'll teach you on how to use it for AZ-900. So please, whenever the video is out, ensure you watch the video. Tell others that are on the group, tell your friends that are also on the group to ensure that they also watch the video. CodeSphere Hub will not be liable for anyone negligence that is unable to get the Microsoft voucher. CodeSphere Hub will not be liable for anyone negligence. So that's why I'm ensuring I do all necessary possible to ensure that what you get the Microsoft 100% voucher to write your exam. Right. So yes, thank you, Christian. So Christian said when you open an Azure account, you are going to automatically have a subscription. When you open, so is that you open a free account, you have a subscription. If you open a student account, you have a subscription. If you open pay as you go, you have a subscription. And where can we do practice? Yeah, so don't forget, I told you that what there's a platform, there's a web app platform which is called Nexovia, where you can do practice. See guys, don't worry about the practice. You are going to do practice. So immediately we are getting to the ending of the section. Before the ending of the section, I will give everybody access to the platform so you can practice past question from the platform, right? So you have access to practice past question. You practice the real past question and 6 mock question on 100 6 mock question, like that's around like 600. So you don't have any excuse than to pass your exam. You don't have any excuse than to pass your exam. Can I add more of the vouchers for other courses as well? Exactly, yes. So if you want to write your Power BI, write your Power BI. If you want to write your AI fundamental, write your AI fundamental. But one account for one voucher. One account for one voucher. So what you are going to do is I will teach you on how to open different accounts. I'll teach you on how to open different accounts to be able to get that your Microsoft voucher. So that's that. So likewise, another thing is your assignment. Please, this assignment I want to give you guys is very important. Please, the assignment I want to give you guys now is very important, and it's actually on blog. How we are going to write your own technical blog. So let me show an example. So I want you guys to write a technical blog. So I want you guys to write a technical blog. Let me show So we are going to provide the topic, some of those topic of the technical blog that, that you guys should write on. Right. So I want to do this as fast as possible because we have a quiz section coming up as well. Yeah, so I want us to write a technical blog. So let me show you let me show you one example of my technical blog. Now let me show you one example of my technical blog. Yeah, so this is an example of one of my technical blog. Now, if you see it, now I wrote a technical blog on multi-cloud strategy and how can it benefit enterprises. I wrote a technical blog on multi-cloud strategy and how can it benefit enterprises. So this is one of my blog. Now, this is one of my technical blogs, and this one is actually on Ash Node. Now, I don't want you guys to use Ash Node. I don't want you guys to use Ash Node. I want you guys to be connected with different engineers, different cloud engineer on what platform. So is either you use dev.store or dev.store or you make use of Medium. So someone said, is the voucher for fundamental alone? No. I told you I'm writing Azure. I'm writing DevOps. So and DevOps is an advanced exam. So not only now, if you look at this topic, I wrote on multi-cloud strategy and how can it benefit enterprises. So multi-cloud strategy are whereby a business organization makes use of AWS, makes use of Azure, and makes use of GCP. So this is my technical blog. Right? So I actually publish it on Ashnode. I don't want us to use Ashnode. So I don't want us to use Ashnode. So it's a platform that I want us to use. So it's called dev.store. So the platform is actually called dev.to. So it's either you use dev.to or you use Limit or you use Medium. Dev.to or you use Medium. Now, likewise, let me show you my dev.to. If I show you my own dev.to, you actually see different, I've written lots and lot of different technical blogs. So let me show you my own technical blog. So please, I want to ensure that what okay, so is either, let me type it here, dev.to or dev.to or Medium. Let me type it here. Dev.to or Medium, yes. So it is either you use dev.to or Medium. Please, so just ensure that what you look on how to open account for that dev.to. Now, so let me show you, this is my guys. So this is my own dev.to. Now let me show you some of those blogs I've written before. So you come here, you come to my account. This is my account. So these are some of those blogs I've written before. I've written building and updating Docker container, a practical hands-on guide for beginner. So I also wrote on implementing inter-site connectivity in Azure, seamless communication across virtual network. So I wrote this on October, can you see October 23, 2025? I wrote this. So this is it. So this is everything. So this is my annotation on Microsoft Azure, right? So this is my everything from Microsoft Azure. So anyone that wants to learn can actually come to your platform to learn. Likewise, I wrote on how to implementing your Azure web app from setup to scaling your cloud application. How you can build a web app using how you can set up your web app whenever you have your code and you want to make use of PaaS. Don't forget, you want to make use of PaaS whereby you only bring your code and they will set up your web app for you. Likewise, I wrote on how to setting identity security using MFA on the cloud. So these are some of my technical blogs. So, but how are you going to? So likewise, I want you guys to also write a technical blog and how will you set up your technical blog. Please ensure you listen attentively on how you can set up your technical blog. So I want everyone to set. We are going to set up your technical blog. If you know you don't have any, if you know you don't have, if you know you want to make use of dev.co, fine. If you know you want to make use of Medium, fine. But dev.co is a platform where most DevOps engineer, most code writers, everyone where that's where they actually meet. So you actually meet different people on dev.co. So the first thing, what are you going to do? You click on create account. You come here, you click on create account. Whenever, let me stop sharing my screen. I think it is shaking over here. So please, you have within 2 weeks to ensure that you write the assignment. You have within 2 weeks to ensure that you write the assignment. My screen is not showing. Don't worry, I'm going to share my screen now. Right. So I think my screen should be showing now. Yes. Adeyemi, that's very great. You have a dev.co account. Yeah, that's very great. So I want to tell everyone to do the assignment. And see, guys, let me now. I said this last time that, for example, now if part of what you are going to submit, my screen is showing now. Yeah, my screen is showing now. I believe my screen should be showing now. Now, so whenever you want to create an account on dev.co, you see something, you see what's it called? You see create account. You see create account. Please, if you can see my screen, please. If you can see my screen, let me see emoji in the chat box, please. If you can see my screen. Because it's shaking here and it's not clear here. Please, if you can see my screen, let me see your emoji in the chat box, please. And let me know, please. Please let me know. Is it that clear? Guys, please, I want response. Can you see it clearly, guys? Can you see it clearly? Okay, if you can see it clearly, that's fine. It's not clear. Wow, what's happening? Okay, it is clear now. Okay, then let's continue on that. Yeah, so what are you going to do? You come here, you click on create account, you see create account, you click on create account, right? So it's loading. Now it's going to tell you, what do you want, so that you can always ensure that what. So you sign up with Google only if your Gmail is being saved on your laptop. Now, so I will select the one I want, Ethan Michael. I'll select this and I'll sign up. Can you see he's already signing up? Continue. So the next thing, yeah, is loading. So setting up your dev.co is actually very, very simple. Setting up your dev.co is actually very, very simple. Right. So setting up your dev.co is actually very, very simple. And then I've selected some topics where which you can actually select and write on. There are some selected topics. Now over this place, you pick your profile picture. Ensure you pick your profile picture. You give a username and write about yourself. You can write about yourself. You give a better username, your full name, choose a profile picture, click on continue, right? So what are those things that you are interested on? You can just, is loading. You can select anything you are interested on. You can select everything. Let me see, maybe my screen is showing. I'm sharing my screen actually. Can you see my screen now? So let me go back to that previous. Yeah, thank you, visible now. So let me go back to that um previous place where it was before. Now over here, so this is exactly where, so whenever you are logging, this is what you are going to see. This is exactly what you are going to see. And I said, ensure that what, guys? Ensure that you put a profile picture, put a profile picture, your name, your full name, give a better username and write about yourself. Click on continue. Then you pick some interest. It's going to pick you. I will advise you, you should pick everything. What are you interested on? So you always see, now ensure you pick everything. Just check and pick everything. Ensure you pick everything. So you always learn. See, there was a time of which I wanted to write a blog I wanted to write a blog on C sharp. So I went to this part, I went to this dev.co and search for people's blog on C sharp. Right. So click on continue. Then next thing, do you want to, how many people do you want to follow? You can follow some people, just follow, right? You are following 20 and 5 organization. You are following, that means you are following all these people. That means you are following all these people. Please, is my screen still showing, please? Let me know if my screen is still showing perfectly, guys. Please let me know, because it's extremely shaking on my monitor. Right, so you're automatically following all these 20 people. Click on continue. Click on continue again. Click on continue again. Then it's loading now. Then you click on finish. Please let me know, is my, yes, it's showing, thank you. Then you click on what, guys? You click on what, guys? Then you click on finish. Then we recommend subscribing to emails. Do you want to subscribe to their emails? No, you can click on no, thank you. You can click on no, thank you. Then you are in. Whenever you upload your picture, you can always come to this place and then you see, if you want to see your dashboard, you click on the dashboard, it will take you to actually, it's not blur. Why is this thing like this? So please let me know, business center with Wasi. Please let me know if you can see it clearly now. Please, business center with Wasi. Let me know if you can see it clearly now. Yeah. So thank you. Now, so this is the now. How are you going to get? How are you going to write the post? Now, come here. click on create a post. Now this is where you always write your post. This is where you always write a post. Now let's assume that you want to write on a topic. Now let's assume that you want to write on the topic. What's the topic that you want to write on? What is the topic you want to write on? You want to write on how Azure ensures reliability, scalability, and business continuity. That's exactly what you want to write on. What are you going to do? Bring the topic, paste the topic here. Right. Bring the topic and paste the topic here. Right. How Azure ensures reliability, scalability, and business continuity. Right. So this is exactly where you are going to paste the topic. And then, what is the meaning of this tag? Now, you are adding tag. A tag means all those people that selected that tag. Don't forget that you selected all the tag while you are filling it. All those people that select your tag, that selected that tag, are going to see your blog. So you can pick 4 tags. You can pick 4 tags. Let's see, maybe there's reliability there. There's no reliability. Okay, let's pick this one. Let's pick AI as well, and let's pick programming. So you can just pick any 4. You can just pick any 4. What's it called? You can just pick any 4 tags for yourself. Now, don't forget, this is exactly how you will write. This is where you are going to paste the topic. Now, let me tell you something. Nowadays, people actually use ChatGPT to write technical blogs. Right. I'm just telling you, people actually use ChatGPT to write technical blogs. Right. So let me show you a prompt I have done. Let me show you a prompt I have done that of which ChatGPT actually helped me to write the technical blog. Now let me show you guys. Now, so this is actually now so this is actually the prompt. You can see, if you can see it, please. Let me see your emoji, please. I'm in my ChatGPT, please. You can see it, let me see your emoji, guys. If you can see it, let me see your emoji, please. If you can see, let me see very clear. Let me see. Let me know that my screen is clear. You can see it, please. Let me know that my screen is clear. Thank you, guys. So I can continue. Now, look at the prompt. I said I want to write a blog on what is the topic? How Azure ensures reliability, scalability, and business continuity. Kindly help me write it effectively and professionally. Give headings. Don't list, but you can list and explain. Add facts, analysis, diagram, that is image, information, facts, etc. Generate the image for me where appropriate. Right. Then I gave ChatGPT a sample of my blog that I've written before. Sample blog with analysis, diagram, information. This is the prompt I actually use. And come and see what it actually brought out for me. This is exactly what ChatGPT brought out for me. Let me reload it. Okay, so I want to open what ChatGPT did for me. Okay, let me copy. ChatGPT has written it for me, but let me come and paste it here. How will I be able to? Copy. Okay, let me copy it and now. So now, guys, so if you write your own, so I don't know why ChatGPT did not actually allow me to see it. You guys should be able to see it. I don't know why ChatGPT did not allow me to see it. It isn't allowing me to check what I did. Okay, but let me copy it, guys. Let me copy it and let me go back to. Let me copy it and let me go back to my um. So, guys, I already copied this down. So I can come here and paste all the technical blog. I can come here and paste all the technical blog now. I'm actually trying to copy. Let me see. Maybe there's a mistake somewhere. So that means it did not copy. So I have to go and rewrite it. So I have to go and rewrite it. So definitely, let me stop sharing my screen. So don't forget the prompt. This is the prompt. Don't forget the prompt. This is the prompt. The prompt says, I want to write a blog on how Azure ensures reliability. Now, this is the topic actually. How Azure, how Azure ensure reliability, scalability, and business continuity. That is the topic. So I'm not saying kindly write it effectively and professionally, right? For me, give headings, don't list. But you can list and explain, also add facts, analysis, diagram, image, information, facts, etc. Generate the image for me where appropriate in the blog, right? So so let me click on paste. So I gave ChatGPT an example. I went to copy one of my blog. I went to copy one of my blog. So that okay, ChatGPT should use sample blog etc. So let us see what ChatGPT is going to provide for us. Can you see that ChatGPT is actually writing it? How Azure ensures reliability, scalability, and business continuity. Can you see ChatGPT is actually writing it? Can you see ChatGPT is actually writing it? Can you see ChatGPT is actually writing it? Can you see ChatGPT is actually writing it and is providing image as well? So ChatGPT is actually writing it and is providing image as well, right? So this is exactly what we have. So now you can write it, guys. Can you see that ChatGPT has actually provided for us? Now, so one thing I also want to do is that you see what I have. ChatGPT has provided this for us, right? Yes. So she's asking, is my own paid version? It's not paid version, no. It's actually not paid version. Can you see? You see upgrade. Can you see that it's telling me to upgrade? So it's not paid. It is always the way you prompt your ChatGPT. That is exactly what ChatGPT will do for you. Can you see, you have to tell ChatGPT that write that blog for me. Write that blog for me. There are some instances of which ChatGPT will not generate that image for you. You are the one that have to be generating that image one after the other yourself. Right. Now, let me go to another account. Let me go to another account and try to use ChatGPT and see if ChatGPT will provide it for us. But let me copy and paste all this. Let me copy and paste all this because it is not everything that we'll be using actually. So let me copy and paste it. Let's go back to our technical blog. And let's go back to our technical blog. So what are you going to do? Come back to your technical blog, right? So paste everything. So whenever you are pasting everything, those images will come over there as well. Those images. How can you see those images? How can you see those images? Now, what are you going to do? Click on preview. You are going to click on preview. Now, let's see those images. Can you see that? Can you see that those images are there, guys? Can you see that those images are there? Can you see this is everything? Can you see this is everything? How Azure ensures reliability, scalability. Can you see that scalability? So what are you going to do? Now, all this line that you are saying, go and come and remove it. Edit again. Now, remove all these lines. Remove all this line. Then you come here, you can come and bold. Now, because of this topic is already over there, because of this topic, how Azure ensures reliability, scalability, and business continuity. This topic is a topic, so remove it. And likewise, ensure you bold. This is for bold. This B is for bold. Come and bold it. Come and bold your place one after the other. You should only bold the important places alone. So now always ensure you remove all the lines. Ensure that you remove all the lines. Now all these three lines, ensure you remove it, guys. All these three lines, ensure you remove them. Now look at now, likewise, all your diagram, please, all your diagram, or this one availability zone, Azure global infrastructure and availability zone. You can just call it, you can just come here, name it Azure, you can just come here, cancel it, right? And bring it under, and call it, bring it under this place, and call it Azure global infrastructure and availability zone, and put it in italic. And put it in italic. Now, beside this B, this I, put it in italic, right? Put it in italic. So it's already in italic. Now, and likewise, all your image, you can see this image, name them. Image 1, ensure you name them, or else it's going to corrupt. Image 1, image 2, image 3. All the image that we are going to use, we are only going to select only 3. Right, so let me select only 3. Let me select only 3. So image 1, 2, 3. Let me select only 3, right? Now the next thing. So can you see you have done that? Now, likewise, let me bold this place. Let me bold this place. Likewise, this diagram, cancel it as well. Architecture. So you bring it down. We only need just 3. Form. So that is for your dev.co. I don't know for Medium actually, but your dev.co, you need to always ensure that what you are in them. So you come here, where do you stop? Image 3, abi? You continue image 4, you continue image 4, image 5. So remove the rest. You can remove the rest. So you do the same thing for everything, guys. So you have to do the same thing for everything. So because of time, you have to do the same thing for everything, guys. So now if you preview, guys, preview, now you'll be seeing something like this. Improve the accessibility of your post. Why are you seeing this post that improve the accessibility of your post? The reason why you are seeing this improve the accessibility of your post is because all your image, right, you need to name all your image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4, they must not be in the same name. For example, now this one, image, they are the same name, right? So you need to like add maybe image 7, maybe add likewise image 7, something like this, image 8, something like this, image 9, or something like this, image 10, right? You need to do something like that to it, right? So That is exactly what you are going to do. And now what are you going to do? Uh, so the next thing is what? Is for you to upload cover image. Now, how will you upload cover image? Now, let me teach you on how to upload cover image. Now, let me teach you on how to upload cover image. Let me teach you on how to upload cover image. If you want to upload cover image, to upload cover image is very, very simple. I will advise you so that ChatGPT will not limit you. Ensure you can have like two ChatGPT. Guys, you can have like two ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to provide you different image entirely. So let me check. Let me check. Okay, so let me copy this and let me come here. Now look at the prompt. Guys, look at the prompt. This is the prompt. Now, I want a cover image for my blog on the topic. Now, let me go and copy the topic. So go and copy the topic. Go and copy it. So I'm going to teach you on how to share the link. Don't worry. Now go and copy the topic. Then come here, paste the topic. Now I want to write, I want a cover image for my blog on the topic. Now this is the topic. You can write by Oladosu Ibrahim, data analyst, cloud engineering. If you're a data analyst or a cloud engineer, you can write it. But you don't want to write it, let's assume you don't need that. Right. So you're not telling, kindly create the image for me. You are telling ChatGPT, kindly create the image for me. Then note, kindly make it 153 this size and add some background images to it. What I'm going to do. Let me click on enter. This is already creating the image for us. ChatGPT is already creating the image for us. Guys, ChatGPT is already creating the image for us. So the next thing you are going to do is that what? After you have created the image, then you go to LinkedIn. You go to LinkedIn. You go publish. Go and post the article or the blog that you have written. Go and post it, guys. Go on LinkedIn. Go and post the article or the blog that you have written. Go and post it on LinkedIn. So what am I going to do? Let me open another ChatGPT over here. Right, so it's actually it's still opening up. So let me open another file. So I'll come here, tell ChatGPT, I want to write a LinkedIn post on my blog titled. So let us go and copy the technical blog. Let's go and copy the technical blog. So I want to write a LinkedIn post on my blog titled, right? So you tell ChatGPT, don't mind my English, please. Make the LinkedIn post professional and engaging, right? Right. Also, don't forget, if you are writing your LinkedIn post, always ensure that what you appreciate the community, that's CodeSphere Hub. You appreciate the tutor, any facilitator that is teaching you. You appreciate them. So you come here. I want to write a LinkedIn post on my blog titled "How Azure Ensures Reliability, Scalability, and Business Continuity." Don't list. Make the LinkedIn post professional and engaging. Also, appreciate CodeSphere Hub Or you can just write, I want to write a LinkedIn post on my blog titled How Azure Ensures Reliability, Scalability, Continuity. Don't list, right? For my um for my program, for my Azure Fundamental AZ-900 learning, right? So right, also appreciate CodeSphere Hub for the program, right? Appreciate Oladosu Ibrahim, the founder of CodeSphere Hub. So ChatGPT is going to write it for me. Likewise, appreciate Oladimeji Zainab. So you need to appreciate all these people as well. You need to appreciate Oladimeji Zainab, the head of community growth for the learning, facilitating, right? Then you can just write dot, right? Yeah, so ChatGPT is going to, so the meaning of that dot is that what ChatGPT will continue thinking ahead to write anything that you want to write for you, right? So likewise, you tell ChatGPT add appropriate tag. Likewise, also add the link to the blog. That means that's where you are going to post the link to the blog. Likewise, also specify that you are also specify that you remain active for learning. So anything that you want to write, actually ChatGPT can write it for you. You remain active for learning, right? Let us paste it and see what ChatGPT. But let's see this. So if you see anything like this and it's not loading, just refresh it. It has created it actually. Just refresh it. What Leos is saying, guys, can you see that? Guys, can you see that? Guys, can you see what ChatGPT provided for us? Guys, can you see what ChatGPT provided? Ensures reliability, scalability, and business continuity by Oladosu Ibrahim. Can you see what ChatGPT provided for us? This is exactly what ChatGPT provided for us. So what are you going to do? Let's see this one. Let's see. Can you see? It said, I'm excited to share my latest blog titled How Azure Ensures Reliability, Scalability, and Business Continuity. I want to sincerely appreciate CodeSphere for creating such a sincere appreciation to Oladosu Ibrahim for the vision commitment to empowering learning in the tech ecosystem. So now, so this is exactly where you can paste your blog. You come here, copy it, go to your LinkedIn, start a post, right? Start a post, paste it, ensure you separate them. You cancel this one, please. Ensure you separate them. Ensure you separate them. Likewise, if you want to tag, come and tag CodeSphere Hub here. You tag CodeSphere Hub by starting with at. Can you see? At CodeSphere Hub. You start by at CodeSphere Hub. Are we there? Then likewise, leave this place. Then likewise, at this is it. Then you have to cancel this Ibrahim, right? Then likewise, this one also at. So you need to put at every name. This is it. Zainab Dimeji. Then cancel it. So head of community growth is not head of community growth. Then likewise, also here, then this is where you are going to provide your, this is where exactly where you are going to provide your what's it called, the link to the blog. Now the first thing that what, go and download this image. So I think you guys are following me. Go and download this image. It's downloaded on my laptop. Then go back to, so let me stop sharing my screen and let me go back to Uh, yeah, so over here now, so up you see something like upload cover image. You see something like upload cover image. You see something like upload cover image. Now upload your cover image, then go and choose your cover image from where you have downloaded it from. Upload cover image. So it's already uploading. Your cover image is already uploading actually. Your cover image is already uploading. It's still uploading. Next thing you click on the next thing. Yes, so the next thing you click on create post. I'm supposed to see create post, review, edit. I'm supposed to see create post. I'm supposed to see create post. Exactly. So yeah, so the after doing that, the next thing you are going to do is that what? You come here, you scroll down entirely, then you see publish. Scroll down entirely, then you see publish. Right. The next thing you scroll down entirely, then you see publish. Then click on publish. Your post, can you see? You are going to see automatically see your post. So this is your post. Now let's check it. Can you see your post? Can you see this is your post? So I will advise you that you should only can you see that this is your post, guys. So now always ensure that you remove all this line. It's because all this line is showing. Guys, can you see your post? Can you see this is the post? Guys, so this is the post. So it is ChatGPT that's going to provide and write everything for you. The only thing, how are you going to share it? Come here, like everything by yourself. Then you come here. Now these three dots, click on it. Then just click on copy link. Just click on copy link. Then go back to your LinkedIn. Go and paste. Go back to your LinkedIn and go and paste the link over to your LinkedIn. Now, so what are you going to do? So you can just come here. Now you can see you can read the blog here, paste the link, guys. So paste the link. Now this you have already pasted the link to your dev.co, so which means they can read it. Now then you come here, cancel this one actually. I said whenever you are writing something, always ensure that what you upload an image. What are you going to do? Click on image, then go and select that image that you have selected earlier. Select that image that you have selected earlier, then click on next. Now so this is it actually. Can you see this is it? Click on post. If you click on post, your post has been provided. So that is the assignment. So we are going to I will advise you kindly find a topic to write on. There are some samples I will show you. Can you see the post now? So blog post titled how Azure ensure reliability, scalability and business continuity. Right, so this write-up is part of my continuous learning in cloud computing and data technology. Right, I want so this is it. So whenever anybody click on this post, whenever anybody click on this link, it will take them directly to your link to your dev.co. Can you see it will take them directly to your link to your .co and they will be able to read it. Right, so that's exactly so. And then your assignments, these are assignments. What are you going to do? You're going to provide us the link to your dev.co and you will provide us the link to your LinkedIn as well. So let me delete this post because I don't need it. So that is that actually. So any question? So let me show you those topics that you'll be writing on. Let me show you those topics that you'll be writing on. So those topics that you'll be writing on. So we have one understanding the shared responsibility model in Microsoft Azure, scalability in cloud computing, vertical and horizontal scaling explained. We also have fault tolerance. We have disaster recovery and resiliency in Azure. We have public, private, and hybrid cloud. You need to remove all this explained. Actually, you need to remove all this explained. You need to remove all this explained. Right. So these are some of those topics that you can write on. So any topic before we call it a sorry, any question before we call it. So these are all the topics that you can write on. So if you have done that, then you are good to go. So we are going to provide a Google form where you will submit the link to your assignment to the dev.co and the link to your LinkedIn. So if you have done that, definitely uh, we are going to see what you have posted. That's it. Yeah. Any question, guys? Any question, guys, before we call it a day? Any question, guys, before we call it a day? Yes. What about the quiz? So let's see if we will still be able to do the quiz. Because of time, I'm actually looking at the time. Yes. How do we send the link to you? Now, you are going to send the link from your GitHub, from your LinkedIn, right? You will send the link from your LinkedIn. Now, this is how you send link from your LinkedIn. Let me show you how. Can we use Claude? Yes, you can use Claude AI. You can use Claude AI actually. You can use Claude AI. So let me show you how you can copy link from your LinkedIn. Now, how are you going to copy link from your LinkedIn? It's very simple. This is what you are going to do. So if you come here, can you see your three ellipses? If you come to your post, if you come your three ellipses, you will see copy link to post. Then copy that link. We are going to provide a Google form where you paste the link to your LinkedIn that you have provided. You have to tag the community, CodeSphere Hub, the facilitator, and likewise the head of the community group as well, because she has been engaging you guys on your WhatsApp channel, right? So that's that. So ensure you do that. So let's start with the quiz, guys. So let's start with the quiz. I'm coming, guys. Let me check something for the quiz. Yeah, okay. So guys, I'm going to provide the link to the quiz in the chat box. I'm going to provide the link to the quiz in the chat box. So just copy it. Just copy it, guys. So I provided it. Copy it, write your name, and answer those questions. So copy it. So let us be fast because of time, guys. Let us be fast. Copy it and provide and answer those questions. Copy it, provide your full name, and let us know who is going to be the first, the second, and the third. How much time for the quiz? Now, the quiz does not have any time. It is until I end it. So I want to ensure that I stop the quiz by 4:30. We have 20 questions. We have 20 questions. We have 20 questions. So you can start the quiz now. We really have 20 questions. You can start the quiz now. So you can start the quiz now. Guys, you can start the quiz now. Now, so you can always see the leaderboard. We have a name and favor. Before I share the dashboard, before I share the leaderboard yet. So answer those questions, guys. Yeah, so thank you guys for taking the quiz. It's almost 4:30, but I'm going to add 10 more minutes to it. So immediately by 4:40, I'm going to end the quiz. Immediately by 4:40, I'm going to end the quiz. So kindly do well, take your time and answer those questions perfectly. For those that are done, I think all these questions are simple questions. So ensure you do well. And so yeah, so for the information, we are not having class next week because it is Eid. Muslims are celebrating their festival period. So ensure that please, I'm sending the recording video of the voucher. Please watch the video and ensure that what you register in multiples. Watch the recording video, and some of you guys, you are not giving comments on the YouTube, right? Some of you guys, you are not giving comments on the YouTube. Our last video, we have only 2 people or 3 people that give comments on the YouTube. We want to see more comments, guys. We want to see more comments. Kindly do well to drop more comments on the YouTube, please. On the playlist, we have done over like 3 to 4 classes. Sorry, we have done 2 to 3 classes. Kindly do well to drop comments on the YouTube. Thank you, guys. I think we are doing a good job ensuring to uh, yeah, please send the yeah. So I'm going to send the recording. I'm going to where are we receiving the now? They will send the don't worry, I will explain everything in the video. Don't worry. I will explain everything in the video. Don't worry. On how you are going to get the voucher, the 100% voucher to write your exam. Don't worry. I will explain it and everything. So please kindly continue with your please. We are on the live section. Yeah. So if you are done, immediately we are done, go to the playlist, go and give comments on the past classes and this class as well. Kindly give comments as well. And please, your assignment, you are submitting your assignment on or before June 6th. So just like you have 2 weeks to do that assignment. And ensure you write it appropriately, use dev.co or Medium, post it on LinkedIn, tag the community, tag your facilitator, Oladosu Ibrahim, and likewise tag the head of the community, Oladimedi Zainab as well. Right. So for those that are doing it, we have more programs coming up. After this program, we are likely to be doing Azure Administrator Associate. That is the advanced level of Azure Fundamental. So it is only those that will be submitting the assignments that will be going into that phase. Yeah, we will only be picking those that will be submitting the assignments. Yeah, so we have 8 more minutes. Let me see how many people have submitted this. So we have 7 more minutes. We have 7 more minutes. So thank you guys if you are done with the quiz. Thank you guys. So likewise, the slide that we used today, I will provide everything again. I will send it to the group. Please, I'm saying once again, go on LinkedIn, go on to the YouTube video, rewatch them for you to be able to understand. See, before we move to Azure from Azure Administrator Associate, right? Before we move to Azure Administrator Associate, you need to understand all these fundamental principles, right? And I'm very sure that I have do well to explain all those fundamental. I have done well to explain all those fundamental parts. So kindly do well to watch the video and give a comment, like and give a comment as well. So and I will ensure that each and every one you get your voucher to pass the Azure Fundamental exam. Right. So we have 6 more minutes. So yes, I'm going to send the slide on the group tonight. Before night, I'm going to send it on the group. So you guys are going to have the slide as well. Right, so I'm going to send it on the group. Thank you. We have 6 more minutes. We have 6 more minutes. We have 6 more minutes. So I'm very sorry, guys, that you can't hear me. So it's already time. So now we have 88% class accuracy, which speaks well that you guys, we have been able to perform well, guys. So let us end it now. So yeah, we have our top performance, Larsen, and we have, I don't know how to pronounce. I'm very sorry, Larsen. Then Adeyemi Adenuga at the second, and Edison at the third. Right. So this is the score. Right. So this is the score. Let me see if I can um if I can. So yeah. So Larsen scored 100, he scored everything. Adeyemi also scored everything. Edison scored everything. Enima also scored everything. Fahin Dalal Fahin Lala also scored everything. Desta also scored everything. Likewise, Metto also scored everything. So the reason why there's a quite difference on your time, your time taking, like you took more time to answer. So Larson was so Larson is currently the first, followed by Adeyemi and Edison. So thank you guys for everyone for taking the score. And I noticed that not everyone actually were able to take the score, were able to finish the quiz, but because of time, we are going to I'm going to send the question and the answer. I'm going to send the question and the answer of this quiz. I will send it on the group. Yes, I will send it on the group. So thank you guys and see you. So yeah, see you by June 6th. Right. So where can we access quiz? Please, anyone tell? Yeah, we are done with the quiz. We are done with the quiz. We are done with the quiz. So thank you guys. See you. Please ensure that you give a please, I'm pleading. Ensure that each and everyone give a comment on YouTube. Likewise, recording. Please go and watch the recording. Please go and watch the recording of the ensure you watch the recording to the voucher whenever I send it. Register for multiples emails, and likewise do well to do your assignment. Thank you. And lastly again, do your assignments, post on LinkedIn, and comment on YouTube. Thank you guys, and see you by June 6th. Thank you.